Alrighty, uh, good morning, I would say good afternoon, right, for most of you from Oceania, and then good morning for those of you who are in Malaysia, and good day for the attendees from the rest of the region of the world. This is Dr. Lau. Today we are going to talk about combating coronavirus using AI, machine learning, and data science. So a little bit of my background: I'm the founder of CoronaTracker, and my main job is chief data scientist. So I have a PhD in AI, artificial intelligence, and also machine learning. So my main forte is NLP, natural language processing. So I'm right now in JB, Malaysia. So other than that, most of my time I'll be in Melbourne, Australia. And before this, I was working in Microsoft E-Research Center. And I run my startups in Brisbane before that. And I was also government advisors for Smart City and also BDA initiative, Big Data Analytics. And also I'm MOE expert panelist for universities accreditation program. Let me put it larger a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So showing this to give you a little bit of background, and then you have the context. So in case later on, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Or if not, you can contact me. Let me put down my email address. Just Dr. Han Lau. So you can easily search that in, sorry. Okay, in the social media. Again, you can find me easily there. So let me give you a little bit of story, right? This is a hackathon. So one of the key things that's very important is about your story, about your idea. Yeah. So the idea behind CoronaTracker is that when during the Chinese New Year time, right? Chinese New Year Eve, 25th of January, well, everybody was having their reunion dinner, and then we started to have this thing called Wuhan virus, and people don't really know what it is. And then a lot of my friends start to share this dashboard with me. This is a maps from JHU, Johns Hopkins University, and then we start to look at the numbers. It's like, okay, this is something that's interesting. A lot of people got infected, and then some of them die because of this new virus called Wuhan virus. But it has started to spread to the other parts of the world. If you look at the numbers, right, I think most countries that were infected on that day got about 1 to 2 cases, and that starts to intrigue me a little bit. But as soon as I try to find out more information about the virus, right, I realized that this map is unable to satisfy my needs and my requirements. So there are a couple of things that I wish it can be made better for the JHU map. So first of all, information presented is too high level. Everything that you can see is just on the map, right? And then the map is not really interactive. You can click here and there to look at some of the statistics, which is already presented on the map itself. But apart from that, you don't really see other information. So one thing is that the information presented is too high level. And then the second thing is we don't have sufficient data for analysis. Right, as a data scientist, I eat, drink, sleep with data. So data is one of the main things that get data scientists excited. But when we look at that, it doesn't provide us any historical data or anything to analyze. So that's something. And then the third problem is that we're unable to keep track of the story development. So I really want to know who, like until today, right, we still don't know what is where's the origin of the Wuhan virus or coronavirus. And I really want to know how's the development. And if you are WhatsApp users or Facebook users, you'll see that a lot of people start to post things about the virus and then where it origins from, how many people infected at the shopping malls and different places, right? So these are the three things that I wish it can be better with GHU map. So what to do when you're not happy with something, right? When something happens and then you're so upset about it, and then you're not happy with that, what should you do? Okay, go ahead and change it, and hence you have a hackathon, right? So to give you a little bit of background, this is what we built. Yeah, the first version of the product. In many cases, people call it MVP, right? In your hackathon, you don't have to build an MVP. You basically just need to build a working product. Yeah, you don't have to test for the viabilities. You don't have to go out and really get users, for example. But this is what we have in 36 hours time. So in 36 hours times, I posted a message on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and I try to gather some friends to help me out with the project. So I gathered a data engineer, and this is my tiny little front end that I built myself. I'm a full stack developer. Okay, I have very good tech skills, programming, coding skills, but I'm very bad at design. So you can see that the entire website is functional, so it serves the purpose of what I want to show. So number one is I'm able to get information at a much detailed level, and number two is I'm able to keep track of the historical data. So one of the key things that CoronaTracker is different from other dashboards out there is that we're not just a dashboard. We position ourselves as a information portal. So everything that's related to coronavirus, the data, and the news articles are available there. And then from there, we evolve. And this is where we are today. So along the way, I gathered some UI UX expert that joins me, and then it helps to design the web application so that it is a lot more pleasant to use it, and then it is a lot more the entire user experience is much smoother. Yeah. So some of the key statistics, this one is a bit outdated. So today we have 36 million page views. We have served 36 million page views, and we have about 6 million of unique users. But the key statistics of the country still remain the same. So we have majority of our users coming from Egypt. So we are recognized by the Egypt government as one of the official coronavirus portal. Now, in fact, a lot of the smaller countries in West Africa and East European, they are also using us as their official data source, and then they use the data that we provide to model and make comparison with uh, other countries, yeah, as a benchmark. And so let me introduce a little bit of the workflow. Yeah, this is the data science process that we adopt, which is what we call the awesome framework. So the first step is to obtain data. The second step is to scrub data. The third step is to explore data. The fourth step is to model the data. And the last step is to interpret the data. So this is what we call an awesome framework. In most cases, right, especially in the hackathon, I think I would like you to spend more time in exploring and getting high quality data sources. In fact, in many data science projects, we do that too, because garbage in, garbage out, right? If you go straight into training your models, even though your machine learning model is fancy, but your output is uh, not you can't produce quality outputs, and you're unable to explain the model and the results, then uh, the chances of you winning the competition is definitely lower. And let's look at the cost of building a web application like this, right? A lot of people might be thinking, this is going to cost you a lot, it's going to be very expensive. But if you remember earlier on, I said that our project is sponsored by AWS, right? So we built our entire system on Amazon. If you were to pay for it, it's only costing you two small instances. One is for the backend, one is for the crawlers. So we don't really have any front end because we use something called Jamstack. So we use Netlify as our front end. And the software that we use are Python and Node.js. Yeah, Python and Node.js, they're both open source and free, right? It's Python language and JavaScript. And the front end that we use is Vue.js or Nux. So total software cost for this entire project is zero. Yeah, you didn't see it wrongly because every software that we use is open source. And the main cost is the most expensive part of the cost of the entire project actually comes from the developer. So let's say if somebody were to take this and put a price tag to it, right, to get somebody to build it, it will cost you about 23,000 in Malaysia per month. And to keep the project going, if let's say you run a project for a good 4 to 6 months, right, it's going to cost you hundreds of thousands already. So this is how much it costs. But the value of the entire project itself is massive because we are currently serving audience from 195 different countries, and the users, they're using our data to keep themselves updated on a daily basis. Yeah, we have a lot of users every day. Yeah, so that's it, right? The project will cost us at least 100,000 if we were to outsource it. So you, as a hackathon, you definitely have to think about the value of the project that you are going to build and what you're going to bring to the table. Yeah, this is also something that you should think about it when you present your idea to the judges. Okay, and something that you people always did not highlight during hackathon is that if you wait and see before you apply data analytics and before you build your projects, what you are essentially wasting is the opportunity cost. It's not so much of the sunk cost or the hardware cost or the software cost or the infra cost that you put in, but you're wasting the opportunity cost. So a couple of lessons that I learned from CoronaTracker and a couple of lessons that I wish you guys can learn from here and apply it to your hackathon project is: number one, Mark Zuckerberg always tell people that you want to move fast and then you want to break things, right? But this is actually not true. Yeah, this is actually not true, because in a project like this, when we want to take this project to the real world, I wish that people do more things that move fast but don't break things. Yeah, because pandemic, all these things is happening in real time, so we really, really can't afford to break things when people are relying on our site. From time to time, our site does break down, but we try to make it up and running and using different scaling methods, and also some smart ways to make sure that the project is the site is up and running 24/7. So in hackathon, same thing, right? Move fast, but don't break things, especially during the presentation. If anything breaks during your presentation, your judge will find that this is not a complete project. Yeah. So make sure that you cover all the aspects that you need to. And number two, gather the right people before the requirements. Now, a lot of you are going straight into, these are my ideas, what should I do, yada, yada, yada. But the actual things that I would like you guys to think about is about the people, right? The team formation in your project. Do you have the idea guy? Do you have the guy who does pitching? Do you have the guy who does the coding, and then the guy who does the UI and UX? So these are the second aspects that I would like you to think about. And last thing that I would like to highlight to you is that when you pitch, right, your idea can be small, your project can be small, but you have to be able to think big and to be able to scale fast, because this is a world of internet. I always believe that information travels faster than the viruses, so you definitely have to think about something that you are able to scale, and scale it fast and scale it big, yeah, rather than just a simple project. It's just a hackathon idea. A lot of the good ideas actually comes from hackathon as a validation as well, right? So what's next with coronavirus is that we have collected a lot of data, and now we provide every single country with their own dashboard. And we have launched another project called COVID-19.ai, COVID-19ai.org. You can take a look at the project as well, so to understand what is the extension and the next steps for the Corona Tracker, and how we are going to use the data that we have collected in AI project. Yeah, use it for artificial intelligence. And that's it for my presentation. Thank you for attending, and also a big thank you to everyone who has contributed to the Corona Tracker project, especially the division leaders. Yeah, this is my contact, and feel free to connect with me, and open to questions if there's any.